Hello?
Please mute your device.
Hi.
Hello?
It's right over here. You can get.
All right, those first cases are dismissed.
Okay. I'm ready right now. All information that needs you running, okay?
State of Michigan, 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Christina B. Kennedy. During proceedings, there should be no driving, smoking, eating, drinking, sleeping, or laying down. Now start your video or mute your device unless the court instructs you to do so. If there's anything that you need to do that you don't want the rest of the world to see, please walk away from the camera quietly. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Judge Christina V. Kennedy, and I will preside over the docket for courtroom 433 this afternoon. Can everybody hear me? If so, please give me a thumbs up. All right, thank you. All right, this is a landlord-tenant docket. We have a very heavy docket today. I'm going to call the cases in groups. Before I get started, though, I want to just remind everyone that we are streaming these proceedings live over YouTube. That means that anybody in the world can join us and watch these proceedings. So I want to reiterate Officer Wallace's instruction that if there's something that you need to do that you do not want the rest of the world to see you doing, you please make sure before you do it, you completely step away from your device or you turn your camera off. Again, we're streaming live. So if you need to use the restroom or change your clothes or something like that to prevent any embarrassment, please make sure you turn your camera off or completely step away from your device. Now, as I was saying, we have a very heavy docket. Madam Clerk has divided the docket into 3 different groups of cases. Before I start calling those cases, though, we do have several dismissals. I'm going to call those now, and I'm going to call them all at one time. Please listen out for your name, address, or case number, but do not say anything until I have called all of the cases and I ask for appearances or names. At that time, turn on your camera if it's not already turned on, unmute your device and state your name. And if you called in on a telephone, you unmute by dialing *6. Now calling case number 24347-824. This is Paquette Square LDHALP versus Robert Harper and all occupants of 6221 Brush Street, apartment 320 in the city of Detroit. This matter is before the court on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Also calling case number 24347-827. This is Viat Investments LLC versus Tashay Austin and all occupants of 17690 Runyon Street in the city of Detroit. This matter is before the court on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Also calling case number 24347-843. This is Woodland Arms Apartments, Viridian Group LLC versus Chana Woodward. I'm sorry, that's Chana Woodard, and all occupants of 22065 West 8 Mile Road, apartment 328 in the city of Detroit. This matter is before the court on a complaint for non-payment of rent. And finally calling case number 24347-844. This is Woodland Arms Apartments Viridian Group LLC versus Charney Matthews and all occupants of 22065 West 8 Mile Road, apartment 222 in the city of Detroit. This matter is before the court on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Today is the date and time scheduled for a first hearing in all of the matters that I have just called. Can I have plaintiff's counsel place your appearance on the record?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Joe Horka, P75969. I'm standing in for Mark Landau for the plaintiff.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you, Attorney Horka. For matter ending in 824 is Robert Harper or any occupant of 6221 Brush Street, apartment 320 present. Please unmute yourself and state your name. Is he on the phone?
No, he's on the device's name.
Okay, I see him. All right, I see someone logged in as Robert Harper. I have just sent you a prompt to unmute yourself and to turn on your video. Please do so and state your name. It looks like Mr. Harper stepped away. The court has a notice of dismissal by plaintiff in this file. Attorney Horka, is it still your client's intention to dismiss this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to dismiss this matter without prejudice. Once Mr. Harper comes back, I will let him know. I'm gonna pass on this one for just one moment though. For matter ending in 827 is Tashay Austin or any occupant of 17690 Runyon Street present.
Yes,
Please state your name.
Tate Austin.
All right, Mr. Austin, you're the defendant on this complaint for non-payment of rent. There is a notice of dismissal by plaintiff in the file. Attorney Horka, is it still your client's intention to dismiss this matter?
Please, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Austin, do you have any reason to object to the plaintiff's motion to dismiss? I'm sorry, what'd you say?
No,
Okay, all right, this matter is dismissed without prejudice. I have the order in front of me and I am signing it now. You will receive a copy in the mail. Sir, are you still at the same address? Oh,
Yes.
look. Okay, all right. You'll receive a copy in the mail. That concludes this matter. You can log off, sir. Have a good day. Thank you. For matter ending in 843 is Chana Woodard or any occupant of 22065 West 8 Mile, apartment 328 present. Please unmute yourself. Send you a prompt. Ms. Woodard, I just sent you a prompt. Please unmute yourself. All right, it looks like Ms. Woodard is having issues. I'll pass on this one. Matter ending in 844 is Charney Matthews or any occupant of 22065 West 8 Mile Road, apartment 222 present. Madam Clerk has indicated that the defendant failed to check in on this matter. Attorney Horka, there is a notice of dismissal by plaintiff in the file. Is it still your client's intention to dismiss?
Yes, please.
Do you know the reason?
I was not given a basis.
Okay, the notice is signed by Attorney Mark Landau, who is the attorney of record. So the court is going to dismiss the matter without prejudice. I'm signing the dismissal order now. That concludes this matter.
Hello,
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name?
Shauna Witter. I'm sorry, I was having difficulty with my phone.
No problem. Okay, we're back on the record with matter ending in 843. Shauna Woodard, you're the defendant in this complaint for non-payment of rent. There is a notice of dismissal by plaintiff in the file. Attorney Horka, I think you said your client is intending to dismiss this, correct?
Still intending to dismiss, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Woodard, do you have any reason to object to the court dismissing this matter?
No,
Okay, the matter is dismissed without prejudice. Are you still at the same address?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, the court will mail you a copy of the dismissal order, which I am signing now. You are free to log off. Have a good day.
You two have a blessed day, Miss Kennedy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Before I move on, is Robert Harper, are you back? Can you turn on your camera and unmute yourself and state your name? Robert Harper, did he come back?
He's here. He just-
Please state your name, sir. I don't know. I don't know. I'm moving on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am about to call the first group of cases. Before I do that, Ms. Woodard, okay, she just logged out. I'm about to call the first group of cases. Please listen out for your name, address, or case number. Please do not say anything until I have called all of the cases. I will give you some information and then I'll ask that you place your appearance or your name on the record. At that time, please turn on your camera if it's not already on, unmute, and say your name. Madam Clerk, can you hit the jabs? Thank you, Madam Court Reporter. Now calling case number 24347-736. This is Anovo Rayner Selden LLC versus China Fuller and any occupant of 439 Selden Street, number 212 in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-790. Tricky Y Channel or Chanel LLC versus Toriana Martin and all occupants of 19491 Washburn in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-816, Orchestra Tower, Arcadia, LDHALP versus Charles Martin and all occupants of 3501 Woodward, apartment 720 in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-817. This is Orchestra Tower, Arcadia, LDHALP versus Tony Jackson and all occupants of 3501 Woodward, apartment 1124 in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-818, Emerald Springs Apartments, LDHALP versus Danielle Wright and all occupants of 11920 Buffalo Avenue in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-819, Emerald Springs Apartments, LDHALP versus Aveas Dawson and all occupants of 12120 Buffalo Avenue in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-820, Emerald Springs Apartments, LDHALP versus Adrian Mahan and all occupants of 5640 Emerald Springs Circle in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-821, Emerald Springs Apartments, LDHALP versus Ivy Toby and all occupants of 5770 Emerald Springs Circle in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-822, Emerald Springs Apartments, LDHALP versus Mary Burns and all occupants of 5762 Emerald Springs Circle in the city of Detroit. And finally, for this group of cases, calling case number 24347-823. This is HDR Services versus Mariana Evans and all occupants of 20204 Prevost Street in the city of Detroit. These matters are before the court on complaints for non-payment of rent. Today is the date and time scheduled for a first hearing in all of the matters that I just called. Pursuant to Michigan Supreme Court Administrative Order 2020-17, all first hearings are to be adjourned. Therefore, these matters will be adjourned to a new date. Ladies and gentlemen, please write the information down that I'm about to give you. Your next court date will be July 1st, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. That will be in person down at the 36th District Court. I am in courtroom 423. I'm sorry. what is my 433? Sorry, I had a brain freeze there for a second. I'm in courtroom 433, and so you need to come to courtroom 433 on July 1st at 8:30 a.m. The 36th District Court is located at 421 Madison in downtown Detroit. And again, these are in-person hearings that will take place on July 1st. If you are in the first group of cases that I just called, you are logged in via a tablet or a smartphone, you should be able to go into the Zoom chat. In there, Madam Clerk has typed in the information about the next court date. So if you can go into your Zoom chat, you can screenshot it if you'd like. Otherwise, please write the information down. The court will mail notices to everyone. However, in case those notices get lost in the mail, I like to make sure everybody has information on the next court date. Plaintiffs at the next court date, you need to bring with you the following: the copy of the deed, a copy of the deed, a copy of the lease agreement, a copy of the most current rental ledger. I need a completed proof of service if there is not one in the file already. I believe all of these have proofs of service. If not, I will let you know when I call your case. And if there's a property management agreement, I need a copy of that as well. Again, I need the deed, the lease agreement, the rental ledger, the completed proof of service, and any property management agreement. Failure to bring those documents to the next court hearing could result in dismissal of the case. So please make sure you bring them on July 1st at 8:30 a.m. Defendants, if you have any evidence that supports your defense, please bring it to court with you on July 1st, but please make sure you reduce it to paper. Specifically, I'm speaking about pictures or receipts, payment receipts. Please don't bring them on your phone and ask me to scroll through your phone to look at the evidence. I cannot put that evidence in the file. And also, I just don't like looking through people's phones. It's just the quirk of mine. So please make sure if you have evidence, you bring it to court on paper. Defendants, you have the right to be represented by an attorney if you so choose. You can either hire your own attorney or you can speak to the agency attorneys that are logged into this Zoom session today. They are here to provide you, the defendant tenants, with legal advice free of charge for the day, with the potential of them taking on your case to represent you throughout the close of these proceedings. And again, that will be free of charge as well. At the end of your hearing today, I will ask that you be transferred into a breakout room. If you're logged in via a smartphone or a tablet, you will receive a prompt come across your screen. Please tap the prompt. It will take you into the breakout room. If you called in, if you actually dialed in on a telephone to join this Zoom session today, you do not have to worry about doing anything. You won't receive a prompt. You're going to be automatically transferred. Either way, once you get into the breakout room, you will be in there by yourself for a little while. You will not be able to hear or see what's going on in this main session. And we in the main session will not be able to see or hear what's going on with you in the breakout room. That is so that you can have a private conversation with the attorney. As you can see, we have a number of defendants logged in today. I do ask that you have patience because we only have so many defense attorneys, and the attorneys are going to make their way one by one into each breakout room. Please don't start pressing buttons or raising your hand or coming back out into the main session unprompted. That will only slow us down. Everyone will be seen by an attorney today. Okay, so I ask that you have patience while you're in the waiting room. Once you're done speaking to the attorneys, you are free to log off, defendants. You're free to log off, but please make sure you come back to court on July 1st at 8:30 a.m. And again, that is in person. Defendants, if you fail to appear in court on July 1st at 8:30 a.m., a default judgment will be entered against you. Plaintiffs, if you don't come to court on July 1st at 8:30, your case will be dismissed. So everybody, please make sure you come to court on July 1st at 8:30 a.m. to courtroom 433. With all of that being said, for case ending in 736, may I have plaintiff's counsel place your appearance on the record?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mark Splain appearing on behalf of plaintiff Nova Rayner.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you, Attorney Splain. Is China Fuller or any occupant of 439 Selden number 212 present? Please dial *6 and state your name.
China Fuller, I'm sorry.
Good afternoon to you, Ms. Fuller. You're the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, for July 1st at 8:30 a.m.
That's correct, in courtroom 433. You are on a telephone. I'm about to ask for you to be transferred. You don't have to do anything. Your transfer will be automatic. We'll see you on the next court date. Have a good day. That concludes the matter ending in 736. I think that's it for you,
Thank
Attorney
you.
Splain. Am I right?
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you. All right, for matter ending in 790, can I have plaintiff's counsel place your appearance on the record? That's for Tricky Y. Chanel. Is Attorney Murray still here? All right, it looks like Attorney Murray dropped off. Is the defendant present? Toriana Martin or any occupant of 19491 Washburn?
Yes.
Please state your name.
Toriana Martin.
Good afternoon to you, Ms. Martin. You are the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you on the 1st at 8:30 a.m. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Martin into a breakout room? Please follow the prompt, Ms. Martin. Have a good day. That
Thank
concludes
you.
matter ending in 790. Thank you. All right. For matters ending in 816, 817, 818, 819, 820, 821, 822, and 823, can I have plaintiff's counsel place your appearance on the record?
Good afternoon, Joe Horka, P75969, appearing for the plaintiffs.
Thank you. Hello again. For matter ending in 816, is Charles Martin or any occupant of 3501 Woodward, apartment 720 present? You said no check-in? Madam Clerk has indicated that this defendant failed to check in. There is a proof of service in the file, and so the court is going to proceed with this first hearing on this complaint for non-payment of rent. This matter will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on July 1st, 2024 at 8:30 in person in courtroom 433. The court will mail notice. As with all of the cases today, if the defendant logs in before we end the Zoom session, the defendant will have an opportunity to speak to counsel. That concludes the matter ending in 816. For matter ending in 817 is Tony Jackson or any occupant of 3501 Woodward, apartment 1124 present. Madam Clerk has indicated that this defendant failed to check in. There's a proof of service in the file. And so the court will proceed with this first hearing, which will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to July 1st, 2024 at 8:30. That'll be in person. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 817. For matter ending in 818 is Danielle Wright or any occupant of 11920 Buffalo present. Madam Clerk has indicated that this defendant failed to check in. There's a proof of service in the file, and so the court will proceed with this complaint for non-payment of rent on this first hearing on this complaint for non-payment of rent. The matter will be adjourned to July 1st, 2024, which will be a subsequent hearing to take place at 8:30 in person in 433. That concludes the matter ending in 818. For matter ending in 819 is Aveas Dawson or any occupant of 12120 Buffalo Avenue present. Good afternoon. Please state your name for the court reporter.
Good afternoon, Abe Dawson.
Okay, good morning. I'm sorry, good afternoon to you, Ms. Dawson. You are the defendant on this complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information on the next court date?
Yes, I did.
All right, we'll see you on July 1st at 8:30. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Dawson into a breakout room? Ms. Dawson, just tap the prompt when it comes across your screen. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. That concludes the matter ending in 819. For matter ending in 820 is Adrian Mahan or any occupant of 5640 Emerald Springs Circle present.
Yes, I'm
Good afternoon. Please state your name.
Adrian Mahan.
Ms. Mahan, you are the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes.
All right, we'll see you on the 1st of July at 8:30 a.m. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Mahan into a breakout room? Ms. Mahan, just follow the prompt. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
You're welcome. Thank you. That concludes the matter ending at 8:20. For matter ending in 8:21 is Ivy Toby or any occupant of 5770 Emerald Springs Circle present.
I'm here.
Good afternoon. Please state your name.
Ivy Toby.
Ms. Toby, you're the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you on July 1st at 8:30. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Toby into a breakout room? Have a good day, Ms. Toby.
Thank you. You too.
Welcome, thank you. That concludes matter ending in 8:21. For matter ending in 8:22 is Mary Burns or any occupant of 5762 Emerald Springs Circle present.
Yes, I am.
Good afternoon. Please state your name for the court reporter.
Mary Burns.
All right, Ms. Burns, you are the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, I did.
All right, we'll see you on the 1st of July at 8:30 a.m. Can I have someone transfer Mary Burns into a breakout room? That concludes the matter ending in 8:22. Have a good day, Ms. Burns. Yes.
You as well. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yes. All right, Attorney Baerschot, I see your hands. You just disappeared. Where'd he go?
I'm here.
I see you. And I just made you co-host. Thank you.
Much appreciated.
All right, matter ending in 823 is Mariana Evans or any occupant of 2024. No, that's 20204 Prevost Street present. Madam Clerk indicated that the defendant failed to check in. There is a proof of service in the file, and so the court will proceed with this first hearing on a complaint for non-payment of rent. The matter will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on July 1st at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom 433. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 823. All right, before I move on, that was my first group of cases. Mr. Robert Harper, are you back? For matter ending in 824. He's gone. All right, for matter ending in 824, this is a dismissal without prejudice. The notice was submitted by the plaintiff. I have passed on the matter to allow the defendant to make his presence known, but he was having audio problems, I guess, and he is no longer logged in. So I'm just going to dismiss the matter without prejudice. I'm signing the order now and the court will mail it out to both parties. That concludes the matter ending in 824. All right, we are moving on to our second group of cases. Please listen out for your name, address, or case number. Please don't say anything until I have called all of the cases. Officer Wallace.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you give me some water? I left my cup downstairs, so the paper cup. Thank you. All right. Now calling case number 24347-825. This is Viat Investments LLC versus all occupants of 550 West Brickdale in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-826, Viat Investments LLC versus Donna Smith and all occupants of 15494 Stansbury Street in the city of Detroit. Also calling, thank you. Case number 24347-828, Russell Wood Apartments versus Eric Allen and all occupants of 11621 14th Street, apartment 201 in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-829, Russell Wood Apartments versus Herbie Cross and all occupants of 11610 LaSalle Boulevard, apartment 204 in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-830. This is Russell Wood Apartments versus Ingrid Newsom and all occupants of 2251 Webb Street, apartment 1 in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-831, Russell Wood Apartments versus John Gilmore and all occupants of 11590 LaSalle Boulevard, apartment 202 in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 24347-832, This is Russellwood Apartments versus Larry Edwards and all occupants of 11554 LaSalle Boulevard, Apartment 4 in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-833. Russellwood Apartments versus Marlon Billingsley and all occupants of 2251 Webb Street, Apartment 202 in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-834. This is Russellwood's Apartments versus Precious Tatum and all occupants of 11539 14th Street, Apartment 4 in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-835. Orchestra Tower, Arcadia, LDHALP versus Joseph Adams and all occupants of 3501 Woodward, Apartment 1103 in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-836. This is UC 731 Covington LP versus Myra Whitaker and all occupants of 731 Covington, Apartment 305 in the city of Detroit. And finally, for this group of cases, calling case number 24347-837. This is UC 980 Whitmore LP versus Melinda Bufford and all occupants of 980 Whitmore, Apartment 402 in the city of Detroit. These matters are before the court on complaints for non-payment of rent and complaints to recover possession of property. Today is the date and time scheduled for a first hearing on all of the matters that I just called. Pursuant to Michigan Supreme Court Administrative Order 2020-17, all first hearings are to be adjourned. Therefore, these matters will be adjourned to a new date. Please write this information down, ladies and gentlemen. The next court date for these matters will be in person, and it will be on July 3rd, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. Again, that's July 3rd, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. That will be in person down at the 36th District Court, which is located at 421 Madison in downtown Detroit. I'm in courtroom 433, and that is where you need to be on July 3rd at 8:30 a.m. Plaintiffs, you need to bring with you to the next court date, if you have not already filed the following documents: a copy of the deed, a copy of the lease agreement, a copy of the most up-to-date rental ledger if rent is at issue. I need a completed proof of service, and if there's a property management agreement in place, I need a copy of that as well. Failure to provide those documents at the next in-person hearing, if they are not already in the file, can result in dismissal of your case. So please make sure you bring those documents to court with you on July 3rd. Defendants, if you have any evidence that supports your defense, please reduce it to paper and bring it to court with you. Specifically, I'm talking about pictures of the property or rental receipts. Again, I don't feel comfortable scrolling through other people's phones because I don't like people looking through my phone, and I cannot put your cell phone in the file as evidence. So please don't bring your cell phone in asking me to look at the pictures on your phone. Okay, if you have evidence, please put it to paper and bring it to court with you on July 3rd. Let's see, defendants, you have the right to be represented by an attorney if you so choose. You can either hire your own attorney or you can speak to the agency attorneys that are logged in to this Zoom session today. They are here to provide you, the defendant tenants, with legal advice for the day, with the potential of them taking on your case to represent you throughout the close of these proceedings, and that will be free of charge to you. At the end of your hearing today, I will ask that you be transferred into a breakout room. If you're on a tablet or a smartphone or something with a screen, you will receive a prompt come across your screen. If you called in, meaning you dialed a telephone number to get into this Zoom session, you will not receive a prompt. Your transfer will be automatic. Either way, Once you go into the breakout room, you will not be able to hear or see what's going on in the main session, and we in the main session will not be able to hear or see what's going on with you. That is so that you can have a conversation with the attorneys. Please have patience, okay? Please don't start pressing buttons and coming back out into the session. It will slow me down. If you just sent me a message, I didn't read it. It popped up on the screen and I can't go through my messages while I'm calling the docket. So you may want to message Madam Court Clerk or message everyone, but I didn't see the message, okay? Let me see. After you're done speaking to the attorneys, defendants, you're free to log off, but please make sure you come back to court on July 3rd at 8:30 a.m. If you do not appear in court on July 3rd at 8:30 a.m., a default judgment can be entered against you. And plaintiffs, if you don't appear in court on July 3rd at 8:30, your case will be dismissed. All right, so let's make sure everybody comes back to court on July 3rd. With all of that being said, for all of the cases that I just called, can I have plaintiff's counsel place your appearance on the record?
Good afternoon, Joe Horka, P75969, representing each of the plaintiffs court called.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Again, Attorney Horka. For matter ending in 825, is there anyone here who lives at 550 West Gricksdale? If so, make your presence known now, please. Madam Clerk indicated that there was no defendant that checked in for this matter. There's a proof of service in the file, and so the court will proceed with this first hearing, which will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing on July 3rd at 8:30 a.m. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 825. The matter ending in 826 is Donna Smith or any occupant of 15494 Stansbury Street present.
Yes, I'm here.
Good afternoon. Please state your name for the court reporter.
Donna Smith.
All right, Ms. Smith, you are the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, I did, but I wasn't clear on what to bring.
Okay, so if you're the defendant, if you have anything that supports your defense, like payment receipts, please make sure you copy them, bring them to court on a piece of paper instead of in your phone, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll see you on the 3rd of July. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Smith into a breakout room? Ms. Smith, just follow the prompts. Have a good day. That concludes the matter ending in 826.
Thank you.
You're welcome. For matter ending in 828 is Eric Allen or any occupant of 11621 14th Street, apartment 201 present. Please unmute.
Yes.
Oh, good afternoon. Please state your name.
Eric Allen.
Mr. Allen, you're the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll see you on July 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. Can I have someone transfer Mr. Allen into a breakout room? Mr. Allen, just follow the prompts on your phone or your screen. That concludes the matter ending in 828. Have a good day. For matter ending in 829 is Herbie Cross or any occupant of 11610 LaSalle, apartment 204 present. Madam Clerk indicated that the defendant failed to check in. There is a proof of service in the file, and so the court will proceed with this first hearing on this complaint for non-payment of rent. The matter will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on July 3rd at 8:30 a.m. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 829. For matter ending in 830 is Ingrid Newsom or any occupant of 2251 Webb Street, apartment 1 present. Madam Clerk indicated that the defendant failed to check in. There is a proof of service in the file, and so the court will proceed with this first hearing on this complaint for non-payment of rent, which will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on July 3rd at 8:30 a.m. in person. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 830. For matter ending in 831 is John Gilmore or any occupant of 11590 LaSalle Boulevard, apartment 202 present.
Yes.
Please state your name.
John Gilmore.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Gilmore. You are the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you on July 3rd at 8:30 in person. Can I have someone transfer Mr. Gilmore into a breakout room? Have a good day, Mr. Gilmore. Just follow the prompts.
You too.
Thank you. That concludes matter ending in 831. For matter ending in 832 is Larry Edwards or any occupant of 11554 LaSalle, apartment 4 present. Madam Clerk indicated that the defendant failed to check in. There is a proof of service in the file, and so the court will proceed with this first hearing on this complaint for non-payment of rent. This will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on July 3rd at 8:30 a.m. in person. That concludes the matter ending in 832. For matter ending in 833 is Marlon Billingsley or any occupant of 2251 Webb, apartment 202 present.
Yes,
Please state your name.
Marlon Billingsley.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Billingsley. You are the defendant on this complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you on July 3rd at 8:30 in the morning in person. Please follow the prompt, Mr. Billingsley. Have a good day. Can I have someone transfer Mr. Billingsley? That concludes the matter ending in 833. Thank you. For matter ending in 834 is Precious Tatum or any occupant of 11539 14th Street, apartment 4 present. Please dial *6 and state your name.
Precious Tatum.
Good afternoon to you, Ms. Tatum. You are the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, I did.
All right, we'll see you on July 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Tatum? Your transfer will be automatic, Ms. Tatum. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes matter ending in 834. For matter ending in 835, Joseph Adams or any occupant of 3501 Woodward, apartment 1103, are you present? Please state your name, Joseph Adams. You're unmuted. At least you appear to be unmuted. Okay, I will pass on this one. Mr. Adams may be having some issues with the telephone. For matter ending in 836 is, who is this? Is Myra Whitaker or any occupant of 731 Covington, apartment 305 present? This is when we're on file. All right, Madam Clerk indicated that the defendant failed to check in. There is a proof of service in the file, and so the court will proceed with this complaint to recover possession of property. This first hearing will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on July 3rd at 8:30 a.m. in person. The court will mail notice. That concludes matter ending in 836. For matter ending in 837 is Melinda Bufford or any occupant of 980 Whitmore, apartment 402 present. Madam Clerk indicated that the defendant failed to check in. There is a proof of service in the file, and so the court will proceed with this first hearing on a complaint to recover possession of property. This will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on July 3rd, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. in person. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 837. All right, for matter ending in 835, we're going back. Mr. Adams or any occupant of 3501 Woodward, apartment 1103, are you still present?
I am now.
Good afternoon. Please state your name for the court reporter.
Joseph Adams, Jr.
Okay, Mr. Adams, you are the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you hear the information about the next court date?
Yes, ma'am, I did, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll see you on July 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. You're on a telephone, and so you'll be automatically transferred in just one moment. Have a good day. Can I have someone transfer Joseph Adams into a breakout room? You're welcome, sir. Okay, that was it for my second group of cases. I'm moving on to my last group of cases. Please listen out for your name, address, or case number. Please don't say anything until I've called all of the cases in the group. Excuse me one moment. Okay. Now calling case number 24347-838. This is Emerald Springs Apartments, LDHALP versus Jasmine Stodhill and all occupants of 5687 Emerald Springs Circle in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-839. Marketplace Court Apartments versus Shamara Jones and all occupants of 3624 Brevard in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-841, Marketplace Court Apartments versus Chas Reed and all occupants of 3618 Brevard in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-841. This is Orchestra Tower Arcadia LDHALP versus Anthony Howard and all occupants of 3501 Woodward, apartment 605 in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 24347-842, Woodland Arms Apartments, Viridian Group LLC versus Angelic Carr and all occupants of 22045 West 8 Mile Road, apartment 127 in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24347-845, Woodland Arms Apartments, Viridian Group LLC versus Delania Neal and all occupants of 22045 West 8 Mile Road, apartment 214 in the city of Detroit. You have a proof of service for that one over there? No. Also calling, and this is from the 135 docket, case number 24346-346. RT Homes Detroit LLC versus Matthew Watts and occupant of 19767 Blackstone in the city of Detroit. And finally, this is also off of the 135 docket. This is case number 2434459, Motown Rentals LLC versus Gary Burnett, Denise Banks, and all occupants of 13354 Wilshire in the city of Detroit. This matter is before the court on a complaint for possession after land contract forfeiture. The remaining matters are on the docket on complaints for non-payment of rent, as well as complaints to recover possession of property. For matters ending in 838, 839, 840, 841, 842, 843, 844, and 845, can I have plaintiff's counsel place your appearance on the record?
Good afternoon, Joe Horka, P75969, representing the plaintiff.
Thank you. Good afternoon again, Attorney Horka. For matter ending in 838 is Jasmine Stodgehill or any occupant of 5687 Emerald Springs Circle. Wait, 1 second. I messed up. Did I give the date?
No.
I did not give the date. Okay, before I go into that, ladies and gentlemen, today is the date and time scheduled for a first hearing pursuant to Michigan Supreme Court Administrative Order 2020-17. All first hearings are to be adjourned. And so all of the cases that I just called will be adjourned to a new date. Please write this information down. July 10th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. That is the next time the court will call the cases that I just called. July 10th, 2024, on that date, the cases that I just called will be heard in person down at the 36th District Court. And so you all need to come down to 36th District Court, which is located at 421 Madison in downtown Detroit, to courtroom 433, which is the courtroom where I'm presiding. Let's see, and remember that is in person. If you are logged in via a tablet or a smartphone, Madam Clerk, just type the information into the Zoom chat. So you can go into the chat and screenshot it. Otherwise, please write it down. The court will mail notice, but in case the notices get lost, please record the information about the next court date. Plaintiffs need to bring to court the following information: a copy of the deed, a copy of the lease agreement, a copy of the property management agreement, if rent is at issue, the most recent rental ledger, and a completed proof of service. Failure to bring those documents to the next court could result in a dismissal of the case. So plaintiffs, please make sure you bring those documents if you have not already filed them. Defendants, please bring with you any evidence that supports your defense. Specifically, I'm speaking of rental payments or photographs. Please Please bring them on paper though. Please don't bring your phone in here and ask me to scroll through it. As I stated before, I don't feel comfortable, scrolling through people's cell phones. And plus, I cannot put your phone in the file as evidence. So please, whatever you have as evidence, please reduce it to paper and bring it to court on July 10th. Defendants, you have the right to be represented by an attorney if you so choose. You can either hire your own attorney or you can speak to the agency attorneys that are logged into this Zoom session today. They are here to speak to you, the defendant tenants, to provide you with legal advice for the day, with the potential of them taking on your case to represent you throughout the close of these proceedings. And that would be free of charge to you. At the end of your hearing today, I will ask that you be transferred into a breakout room. If you're logged in through a tablet or a smartphone, you'll receive a prompt come across your screen. Please tap the prompt. It'll take you into the breakout room. If you called in, meaning you actually called, dialed numbers to get into the Zoom session today, you don't have to worry about a prompt. You will be transferred automatically. Either way, once you get into the breakout room, you'll be in there by yourself for a little while. Please have patience. The attorneys will make their way one by one into each breakout room. Please don't start pressing buttons or coming back out into the main session unprompted. That will slow me down. Once you're done speaking to the attorney today, defendants, you're free to log off, but please make sure you come back to court on July 10th at 8:30 a.m. in person in courtroom 433. If you do not appear on that day, the default judgment can be entered against you. And plaintiffs, if you don't show up on July 10th at 8:30, your case will be dismissed. So please, everybody, make sure you come to court on time on July 10th. Now, we already got Attorney Horka's appearance for the one group of cases. For matter ending in 838 is Jasmine Stodchill or any occupant of 5687 Emerald Springs Circle present.
Yeah.
Please state your name.
Jasmine Stodchill.
Okay, good afternoon to you, Ms. Stodchill. You're the defendant on a complaint. Thank you. You're the defendant on a complaint for a complaint to recover possession of property. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see you on July 10th at 8:30 in person. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 838. Ms. Stodchill, just follow the prompt. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Stodchill into a breakout room? Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. For matter ending in 839 is Shamara Jones or any occupant of 3624 Rivard present.
Yes.
Please state your name.
Shamara Jones.
Okay, Ms. Jones, you're the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, I have a question.
What's your question?
If I pay the non-payment, do I still need to come to the court July 10th?
So I'm not going to tell you whether to come or not to come. I will tell you this though. If you do pay, you need to make sure you have communicated with the plaintiff and the plaintiff's attorney, because sometimes what happens is somebody will pay and there's, a breakdown in communication between the landlord and the landlord's attorney. And if you're not here to let us know, then the plaintiff's attorney could still move for default judgment. So if you pay, just make sure you stay in contact with the plaintiff and the plaintiff's attorney, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, can I have someone transfer Shamara Jones into a breakout room? Just follow the prompt, Ms. Jones. That concludes matter ending in 839. For matter ending in 840, is Chaz Reed or any occupant of 3618 Rivard present. Please dial *6 and state your name. Let's see. All right, we're having some movement, so people are hopping around my screen. There you are. State your name, please.
Your Honor. Chaz Reed.
Good afternoon to you, Ms. Reed. You are the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Okay, I'll see you on the 10th at 8:30 a.m. Can I have the 10th of July? Can I have someone transfer Ms. Reed? Ms. Reed, your transfer will be automatic. Have a good day.
Thank you. You as well.
You're welcome. Thank you. That concludes matter ending in 840. For matter ending in 841 is Anthony Howard or any occupant of 3501 Woodward, apartment 605 present. Madam Clerk indicated that the defendant failed to check in on this matter. There's a proof of service in the file, so the court will proceed with this complaint for non-payment of rents. This matter will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing, which will take place on July 10th at 8:30 a.m. That'll be in person. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 841. The matter ending in 842 is Angelic Carr or any occupant of 22045 West 8 Mile Road, apartment 127 present.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My mother, I don't live there, but my mother's in the hospital receiving medical attention right now. She's having emergency surgery right now, so she wasn't able to be here. I told her I would sit in for her.
Okay, can you turn on your video and state your name, sir?
Yes. My name is Omar, last name Hunt.
All right. You said she's having emergency surgery?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. So, will she be mobile on July 10th?
As of right now, I don't even have an answer for you, but I will get, I'm actually going to go up to the emergency room once I leave the court today and see what's going on, but I will give her all the information and we will go from there.
Okay, thank you. So you have the next court date?
Yes, July 10th.
All right.
In person,
all right.
8:30 a.m.
Thank you. Thank you. Attorney Krager, are you in here?
Thank you.
Yes, Attorney Krager, do you want to talk to this? He's not the tenant, but do you want to talk to him at all?
We can briefly get his information if his mother is interested, but ultimately she would need to be the client if he doesn't live at the property.
Okay, all right. So Mr. Hunt, we're going to transfer you into a breakout room now. Okay, please make sure you give your mother the information. The court is also going to mail the notice. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good day.
Have a good day. That concludes the matter ending in 842. For matter ending in 845 is Delaney and Neal or any occupant of 22045 West 8 Mile Road, apartment 214 present.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Please state your name.
Delaney Neal.
All right, Ms. Neal, you are the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
July 10th at 8:30.
Yes, ma'am. In person in courtroom 433. All right. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Neal into a breakout room? Ms. Neal, just follow the prompts. Okay, it'll take you into the breakout room. That concludes the matter ending in 845. Have a good day.
Okay, you too.
Thank you. All right, for matter ending in 346, can I have plaintiff's counsel place your appearance on the record? All right, Madam Clerk indicated that the plaintiff did not check in. Did the defendant check in? Yes. All right, defendant, please state your name. Matthew Watts or any occupant of 19767 Blackstone.
Yes.
What's your name?
Matthew Watts.
All right, Mr. Watts, you're the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes.
All right, we'll see you on July 10th at 8:30 in person in courtroom 433. Have a good day. Can I have someone transfer Matthew Watts into a breakout room? Please follow the prompts. That concludes the matter ending in 346. For matter ending in 589.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Let me see. Do we have the plaintiff's counsel here? No plaintiff's counsel. Ma'am, what's your name?
Denise Banks.
Okay, good afternoon to you, Ms. Banks. You're the defendant on a complaint for possession after land contract forfeiture. Do you have the information about the next court date?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, I'll see you on July 10th at 8:30 a.m. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Banks into a breakout room? Just follow the prompt, Ms. Banks. Have a good day.
You do the same. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes the matter ending in 589, and I believe that concludes my afternoon docket for courtroom 433 today. We have a C. Matthews in the room.
He's on the last case.
Is this the 589? Let me see. C. Matthews, please unmute yourself.
Charnay Matthews.
Start day.
Oh, she's 844 dismissal.
844. Oh, Miss Matthews, your case was dismissed.
Okay, so I'm all set.
You're all set. I called it earlier and, oh wait, yeah, I called all of the dismissals at the beginning of the docket. So yes, your case was dismissed without prejudice and I signed the dismissal order and you'll receive a copy in the mail. Are you still at the same address?
I am.
Okay, yes, you'll receive a copy in the mail.
Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Welcome. You too. Thank you. Okay, I think that is it. Thank you to the court staff, to the agency attorneys, to the litigants, and to the plaintiff's attorneys. Court is in recess. No, we're adjourned.